Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Listen, I am traveling, so the FOMC meeting will be done by the time I land, unfortunately, and hopefully the airplane has some decent Wi-Fi, but normally it stinks. But listen, this is the day, good people. We ain't scared. We prepared. We ready for this day, right? I don't know what you're going to do. Of course, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but we are positioned. This is not checkers. This is a game of chess. I am positioned and I am ready regardless of what this market does, okay? It could be a big fat nothing burger, meaning the market could have already priced in its moves based on a 25 basis point rate cut. It could already be priced in. The market continues then. If the Fed goes more than 25, 50, 75, I know a lot of people smarter than me thinks that the market is going to take off if he goes even higher, 50, 75. I believe 75 basis points would be a point of panic. Even if we had a pop up, I believe that it would not be a good signal for the stock market. It would be a signal of fear. Either way it goes, I don't know about you, but Stock Up with Larry Jones is going to be doing some buying if there's a big pullback. Now, we're still in September, good people. And I know people are saying, but the market is still up, There's a possibility, not a promise, but there's a possibility that we could still have a pullback before the election. So short term, when I talk short term, I'm talking about between now and the election, we still could have a pullback. Will the Fed pull off a soft landing? We don't know. If you're ever flown into Midway Airport, you know when you land, that pilot has to jam on his brakes, right? Everything shifts. Why? The runway is short. So now we need to see if the Fed has enough runway to have a soft landing, right? And so if you're all in risks, high risk stock, you're going to see very volatile moves, right? This is the difference between swing trades and investments. In your investments, actually, I did a little buying in my swing trade portfolio. I bought a little more IWM in my swing trade portfolio, okay? Bought a little more Tesla, bought a little more Nvidia, a little small position in my swing trade. Not my big dollar cost average, not my, the Nvidia I've been having for years. This is simply a swing trade. For those of you that's been following my Palantir call options, okay, I bought a few more of those with a stop loss, okay, with a stop loss. Anytime I get into a swing trade, I never, ever, ever fly free. Again, don't jump out of a plane and then ask for instructions on how to use the parachute, okay? So that's what I call that flying free. So what you want to do, if you're just buying today, like right now, and you're doing a swing trade and you're new to this, you better have a stop loss engaged, right? That is a suggestion. But anything else I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, all right? So it's going to be what it's going to be. Of course, the Fed comes out with the decision. The decision comes out first, and then he actually has the Q&A. Now, for those of you that haven't traded the FOMC meeting, right, then I will tell you, he comes out with the numbers. This is standard. It always runs up before he comes out with the numbers, right, and then he talks. While he's talking, one of the reporters always asks a gotcha question. And then what happens? The market usually does a dip while the Fed is talking. Then when he finishes, if it's good, then it goes back up. So if he's talking about more interest rate cuts in the future stating why, his forward guidance, and he has a calm tone, then the market will continue to climb. But if he sounds like there's something wrong and we better do this because if we don't, it's going to hurt the job market worse. If he starts sounding like that, then that may cause some fear and the market could sell off, all right? We could have a sell-off. But remember, good people, remember this. It takes a good 48 hours for the market to determine everything that the Fed said. It's not instant. The instant reaction during an FOMC meeting is not the true story. It is always, always, always an overreaction. For those of you that's doing options, for those of you that have the class, remember, I showed you guys in the class how I trade options during the FOMC meeting, how I make a ton of money, but also how I control my position sizes and how I use my stop losses. I love the FOMC meetings. I make the most money during the FOMC meetings, okay? I make a lot of money in FOMC meetings, right? Because they're so predictable. The market, the volatility. When there's a lot of volatility, for those of us that do options, that's a chance for us to make money, especially when there is a established pattern. Well, if you look at every FOMC meeting, there's an established pattern. It's usually either a ramp up or ramp down, but most of the times this happens. Market opens green, then it cools off going towards the FOMC meeting, and then he comes out with his statement, depending on if it's hawkish or bearish. There's a market reaction. The Fed starts talking, and before he's finished, the market either runs up, spikes up, or it spikes down. Most of the time, there's a dip while he's talking, and then it starts to rebound before he finishes, okay? But remember, this is short term. This is not the entirety of what the market is telling you. We need a good 48 hours to see what the market is truly telling us. So this is a game of being patient. It being Wednesday, Thursday, the market could overreact again one way or another. Friday, we come to some sense of normalty. But for me personally, Monday is the day that the market tells us what's happening with all of the data. And then we have the geopolitical situation ramping up. I showed that to you guys on yesterday. If there is a move, it could be this weekend. So just be on the alert, good people, all right? So I'm going on a long flight. I will miss the Fed decision and his meeting. And so I may do a late one tonight. I'm in the West Coast, but so I may do a late one tonight. I'm flying either for the West. So I will be letting you guys know. All right. Listen, thank you for all of the people that's coming out to the event. Look, Stock Up with Larry Jones. We are doing this event. We made it dirty, dirt cheap. As a matter of fact, it's just a service fee that I'm charging. Make sure you click the link below, top link below. Just join us. Don't think about it. Come on out. Join us. Myself, special guest, Stocks with Josh, and just added special guest, Chris Sane. We have a absolutely banging band. The band, we just added Sharky to the band with Calvin Rogers and Maurice Fitzgerald. We got an all-star band, all right? So I'm gonna leave it right there. Happy trading, and we will see you at least by tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.